Oh, check me out, hold on, check me out, whoa, chopping root, oh, hey, what? Check me out, I'm going in. Best believe, baby, got them 20 twins. Walking inside, bottles on the rise. Put them hoes up, motherfuckers to the sky. Middle finger up, trigger finger itching. Catch me in the west, baby, get the gripping. Get the gripping, get you on the scene. About to double cup on my lean. Hit me up, shorty, hit me up on the slide. Wood grain whipping on I-45. Catch me out live, catch me up, baby. Catch me outside like I'm fucking bad, baby. Psych, I'm black, I'm melanated, and I'm full of
straightening, yeah, straightening, yeah. Don't not get strained but straightening. Don't not get strained but straightening. Don't not get strained but straightening. You don't get.
Welcome back to Shopping Rooks. It's your girl, Young Rooks, here again, getting ready to go out, getting ready to get lit. It's Friday night, and I'm feeling all right. And so today, we got a little story time. It's nothing crazy, but it was a lesson learned. If you're new here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Comment something beautiful underneath the comment section. Enjoy the video. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back on the video, giving you a look? Yeah, it's your girl, Young Rook. Yeah, it's your girl, Young Rook. Yeah, it's your girl, Young Rook, giving look on the video, giving look on the video. What's really going on? It's your girl, Young Rooks, and I'm finna fucking clown. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, they. Yes, us. Yes, we. I was shown so much love on my last video, just basically being back on YouTube. And I'm so appreciative. I am so appreciative. Like, everybody who shared, everybody who was just happy for me to be back, like, that's the reason I'm back. Like, I do it for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I do it for the ones who ride or die. You know what I'm saying? But yes, I got a lot of new products that I want to test out today, and I'm super excited. I also, you know, since we cool now, since I'm back into it, let's get comfy. Let's do a little story time. And that's what we're gonna do today. So first, I'm gonna use this new product that I got from Ulta. It's the brow glue. I've seen this on TikTok. People was talking about this. Ooh, it makes me miss him. Ooh, it's sticky. I'm trying not to use too much. That's looking kind of good. Anyway, yeah, so I thought we'd do a little story time. As you know what I'm saying. I am a sexually liberated queen. I like to speak on specific topics. I like to be open-minded about specific topics. I like to welcome those who have questions, or I like to share my experiences to see if they're weird or relatable. Somebody can relate, things like that. This one is not really anything about open. I'm just letting y'all know what it was. So I don't like posting on my Instagram as much as I do my Snapchat, because my Snapchat has a lower follower count. I don't post that much on my Instagram, but I post on my Snapchat. So I don't know how, no. So I've been posting on my Snapchat for a minute, and somebody I know, I went out, and somebody I know posted me on their Snap, and they posted my Snap username, and a guy, let's call him, I'm not gonna remember. So a guy added me, and I added him back. Whenever I scroll on Snap, I'll see him, and I'll be like, oh, he's kind of cute, blah, blah, blah. And he would do the same thing to me. So at that point in my life, this was years ago. At that point in my life, I was ready for some action. I wasn't really looking for anything. I was going through something where I was just trying to get under a nigga so I could get over a nigga, you know? So I was really just looking for, you know, and ain't nothing that cut, you know, just something slight, something rocking, something shit, something. I was just looking for something to just appease my appetite, quench my thirst. we get to flirting, and then it get real hot real fast. I know I was just talking about a story, and I'm gonna get back to that, but I wanted to let y'all know that as somebody who's been doing their makeup since 2011, there's this trend going on where they do like 2016 versus 2023 makeup, and we see how the makeup has become less and less. Everybody wants it to look like skin, and it's very minimal, and it's not like too harsh, and you know, this, that, and the third. I want y'all to know at this channel, I don't know anything about that. You know, as you could tell from our previous videos, in terms of clean, the only thing clean about me is my hygiene. Everything else, like my mind, nah. You know what I'm saying? My makeup, I don't know what my makeup would be because it's not clean girl makeup, but I do the shit. You feel me? I'm always getting better. I'm always trying to find new ways to make it more natural. But like my thing is, if I'm wearing makeup, I don't mind if people know that I'm wearing makeup. Oh, you want it to look, you know, almost like, no, I don't. No, I do not. I want to be, oh, that's so heavy. Real heavy. Big moose heavy. I'm heavy. And this beat gonna be heavy. Let me tell you something about it. So back to story time. So like I said, met this guy on Snapchat. We was flirting and it escalated quickly. If I remember correctly, his schedule was mad busy and mine was as well. So we didn't have like, every time we tried to set up a time to link, it wouldn't go through. Like somebody had to flake because, you know, things was happening. Crazy things were happening. This was going on for months. Like trying to hit each other up. We were just missing each other. One minute when I was in Dallas, he was in Houston. And then when I was in Houston, he was in Dallas. Like it was just crazy. So I was thinking, I was like, okay, this is the most. And like, I don't want nothing from this guy. So like, what's really tea? It was looking like we weren't gonna meet for real. Like, it wasn't worth me going above and beyond because I ain't want nothing from this man. So one day, one sweet day, I was laying down and I happened to check my Snapchat. We exchanged numbers, but Snapchat just gave a vibe like, you might sneaky link. Mind you, we haven't lumped or snumped, okay, together at all. There was no sneaky link happening, but it was a potential. So one night I was laying down. I don't know what it was, but I think I was coming from somewhere. I was coming from a restaurant because I remember being a little tipsy. I was just a little tipsy. I wasn't drunk, lit, nothing like that. Just, I think I had dinner with my girls and I was feeling good. And I was looking good, feeling good. And he hit me up. He was like, what you doing? And I said, hold on. Now that's finally, you know, being available for each other. And I was like, I'm not doing nothing. And he was like, slide. I was like, bet. And again, haven't met this man in my life. Have not seen him in person. Didn't go on any dates with him. Didn't really just chat with the man. I don't know nothing about this man except his first name, really. And what area in Dallas he stayed in. Like, I didn't know nothing about this man. And at that point, I did not give a who. Like I said, I was getting over something. Wasn't even a relationship, just a situationship. Was getting over something, and he was looking like a lick. He sensed the Addy, and I'm fight or flight, and I'm flying. So I get in the whip, I pull up to his spot, and again, never seen this man in person, but I knew what he looked like off of his snaps. But it's always different when you meet somebody for the first time in person. Same with me. Like, I changed and I put on a little outfit to let you know that I'm ready. You feel me? I think I had like biker shorts on and like a crop top. And then I had a cardigan on. And so I get to his crib and this man is big. He's like 6'4", and he's a husky man. So, you know, he gotta be over 300. 300. Not even 300, like 350. So I get in there and I'm looking, I'm like, oh, hey, Mr. Man. And being that we haven't met each other before, you know, it's a little awkward. You're meeting a stranger, you've invited a stranger to your crib, you don't know what they do, you know, how they get down, and you don't know if they're gonna vibe with you for real. It was like, you know, do I even like you for real? Do I even want you in my crib for real? So it remains awkward for a while. He had the typical social media nigga apartment. No furniture, none, except for a bed, a wooden chair, and like those white tables that you play beer pong on. His living room was, when I say empty, empty. That time it was empty. So we immediately just walked to his room. He had a bed, he had a bed frame. You know, he had a flat screen, he had his game consoles. That's where he stayed, basically. He had, it looked lived in. So I don't mind stuff like that because I know where I came from, so I don't mind stuff like that. Especially when, again, I don't want anything from you except that. So I don't mind that. By the way, I went to go get the full version of the Milk Pore Eclipse Mattifying Primer because I loved it so much. So I lay on the bed, no problem. It's not a problem for me at all. Like, it means nothing to me. I lay on the bed and I just start chilling, really. And then I think one solid conversation that kind of like opens doors or opens a level of comfort is music. Especially for me, I love me some music. And if I don't know it, put me on. I use a little bit too much on that. Still good though. Why am I looking at this? Let me look in the mirror. Ooh, Jesus. Yeah, I use way too much. It got tacky so quick though. I know that's right, Milk. You better hydrate. You better porify. What's it called? Mattify. You better motherfucking mattify. You start talking about music and it gets more comfortable. Like, I remember, I'll never forget, like, he was saying that he loved Lil Baby, and one of his favorite Lil Baby verses was on Chanel. She wants Chanel cookie. She want a big cookie. She want a big cookie. She want a big cookie. I love that song.
They locked the door, we walking fin. Said the mother husband spin. Real dope boy, ain't tossing no car. New G wagon, she already got. Real grown woman, she don't post her by. Check price tags, you want you get you a big 30 fan, you scared to get 60 for show, I'm hitting it. And late for the month, get away from this. Just sipping the syrup, and need to get just 10 rides, I'm going to get. And I said she on. New range from she on. Running she on. Running face and back, run through checks, they know. Right then,
So that's when it started to get comfortable for real. I was like, okay, I like your style, I like your style. So, for me, personally, I don't like waiting too long for what I got going. Because I'm a Little Caesars pizza. I'm high and ready. Every time, all the time. I'm on go. TTG. You don't have to say too much to me to convince me to keep going. You just got to preheat the oven. You know, get me hot, get me lit, and I'm yours. So, I was like, this story is anticlimactic, by the way. And it's more embarrassing for me than anybody else. But I was like, come here. I was laying on the bed, it got quiet, we were just watching TV. I was like, come here. And he came to me, he came up to me. And I wanted him to, you know, like, start it off. And he was like,
I'm here, what do you want me to do?
In my face. And that was, when I tell you, my boom, boom said, it literally, the moisture said, evacuate. It was so, I said, what you mean, nigga? Like, you're a dude, like, and you're a big dude out of that. You ain't got no initiative to like get me rocking. Like, you wanna put it in just like that. Be for real. So I was like, what do you mean? What do I want you to do? I want you to get me hot. Just when I said that, the bed started to do hydraulics. I'm looking, it's like, mind you, we are two big niggas in this bed, we are two big niggas in this bed. And he had one of those bed frames that it was just that black with the four steps, and you just put the bed right on top. Pow! That's it. You know, no headboard. Ain't no need for all of that. But he had standard. So the bed said, and I said, hell no. He gonna respond and be like,
Oh, it does that all the time.
I said, does it do that all the time when there's two bigums in the bed? Not just one, but two. It do that all the time when there's two of us? You feel me? I didn't ask, but I was just like, oh, hell no. And if you're a big woman, any sound when you sit down is a trigger, at least for me. Like, If I hear any squeak, squack, cluck, or clock, I'm off that seat. I don't need no, and then we're in the era where everybody got their phone on go. I don't need to fall, break a chair, and be on TikTok the next day. I just don't need that for myself. I will disintegrate. So like whenever I hear a sound, not for your girl. I'm trying the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. They only had a few shades. This is supposed to be infused with squalene and hyaluronic acid. This glow booster creates a skin enhancing soft focus effect for effortless radiance. It's the only filter you'll ever need. Customize your glow. Wear alone, under or over makeup, mixed with foundation, or as a highlighter. Apply to desired areas and blend into skin. So I'm not a sheer coverage, light coverage kind of gal. Not my speed, not my crescendo. I'm gonna see how this is and then go from there. I think that's enough. Just to buff it out. Oh, okay. For it to be sheer light, I like that. Hold on. And y'all see all the acne scarring and hyperpigmentation that I have. So, and this said sheer to light coverage. That's what it said. Okay, this side I can see a little bit of my marks still coming out. But I mean, I can build. On it. I'm impressed so far. Okay, so first impressions, it is light to sheer coverage because I still see my acne scarring in there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can. However, I am not mad at that. I think I'm gonna mix it with my Lancome. I know this is finished, so let's see. Oh no, we got some juice still. Yeah, I'm gonna mix it with my Lancome, which is a darker shade to me, but I think it'll balance out when I do all of the rest of my shit. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so whenever I hear sounds, when I'm sitting down, I won't be sitting down for long. I'll be moving to a different area for sure. So when he said it does that all the time, I should have listened. I should have moved. I mean, I should have listened to my gut. I should have moved. I should have got on the one chair that he had in the vicinity, and I should have stayed my black ass there. But again, what was I? I was Tom Cruise. I was on a mission to get over somebody, so I did not care. And so we back at it, and I'm like staring at him. Usually, I don't like making a move simply because I need to be sure. Some people don't like kissing. Some people don't like foreplay. I need to be sure what you're on in order to proceed, especially being the fact that me and him, we didn't talk too much about, you know, anything like that. And it should be, honestly, it should be natural. Like, you know, I'm gonna follow your lead. Like, just let me know what you on. Later on, I find, like after the fact, he just wanted me to come over there and slap on my nose. And I'm just like, that is so selfish. Like, I didn't want you to eat the meow. And I didn't expect you to, but you expected me to do something when you're not gonna return the favor? Come on now, be for real. BFFR. Why I look like I'm in blackface? Mind you, my boy, he's right here. He's right here to me in the bed. Hasn't done anything. And then I was like, I said, never mind. And I sat up. And so when I sit up, he sits up too. And he starts unbuckling his pants. And I said, oh, this guy is nuts. He's crazy. He hasn't even preheated the oven, not to 350, not to 375, not to 400 degrees. And you can't even bake chicken wings in any of that. You feel me? So I'm just like, wow, this man is really crazy. He's not going to do anything. He just wants me to. I was like, who does he think I am? And, you know, it was a lesson in what I was giving off, because he obviously thought I was a pleaser. And I am a pleaser, but you got to please me back. Please me, baby. Turn around and just teach me, baby. You know what I want and what he sat up and started to unbuckle his pants. As soon as he started to unbuckle his pants, the bed broke. Now we're laying on an axis, and you would think I was gonna fall into the Great White River with a speed and a tide and a roaring rush. You would have thought I was gonna get lost at sea the way I grabbed the top of this bed. I said, ow! The bed, literally the bed was a producer. It was making beats. It said, doom, 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 da, 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 da. And then if that wasn't a sign to get the fuck, I don't know what was. What was it? Don't know. So I get my black ass up. I'm over here. I'm talking about I'm climbing. This bed is, you would have thought it said, meet me at the jagged edge. It's on. I said, fuck. And he said, oh shit. And I'm like, I bet. You talking about it does this all the time. No. Not with two big. You got titties and I got titties. You 6'4". Like, come on, bro. Your weight distribution along with mine. Please, I'm an apple-shaped bitch. Like, please, like, let's be honest. Let's be for realsies. I was so embarrassed. I didn't get no kid. I ain't get no, not even a good time. I didn't even make a new friend. Like, he didn't have any initiative. He was selfish. He didn't even offer me no water. Like, you wanted me to go in mouth dry? That's how I know you ain't shit. You wanted me to go in mouth dry? And so I was like, I don't think I can do this. I'm ready to go. I mean, I'm about to leave. And he was just like, all right. I could tell he was disappointed, but I didn't give a fuck. So, and mind you, when his apartment sat right across the lake. So when I left, I just sat down by the lake and I just thought about my actions. I just thought about my actions. Like, I wanted to get over somebody so bad. At my big age, I wanted to get over somebody so bad that I picked the first person who garnered any interest in me. Any. And I was like, okay, bet, I'm gonna go with that. Mind you, I'm talking about this meetup was months in the making because we was always missing each other. So that should have told me something right there, but I didn't listen to myself. Now look at me, unsatisfied, annoyed, and again, no faith in men. Like, y'all can't do nothing. Y'all can't do nothing right. Y'all can't even offer a guest some water. Like, be for real. So I just sat at the lake in front of his apartment, I want to say for like 30 minutes before I just got up and left. When I got home, I got a Snapchat from him. And one thing about me, all my notifications are off. I just don't like the red circle on top of apps. I don't like it. And I don't like having too many notifications in my notification center. It just looks messy. So I have to, but I interchange through apps so frequently. I know that's bad, but I do, to where I'm gonna see it, I'm gonna see it at least in one business day. When I got home, I took off my makeup, just got clean, and then I was scrolling through my phone and I saw it. He was like, you said you were such a good eater. What happened? You got scared? I said, when I said come here, what did you think I was asking you to do? Was I asking you to smell my breath? Like, boy. And he was like, oh, I thought you was just gonna get it started. I said, you're a dude. You get it started. Black Eyed P, you get it started. So I didn't respond. I was over it. And I didn't say anything to him. Now, I didn't unfollow him. Because I feel like every time I saw his name, it was a lesson. It should have been a lesson to lose weight. But, I mean, I've had that lesson under my roster for so long that, it has tenure. So it doesn't really matter. That lesson didn't really matter to me. The lesson was, stop doing stupid shit. And so, like I said, this was years ago. And I want to say, last year, I was randomly on Snapchat. And I saw his name. And I thought I unfollowed him. But I remember I didn't because I wanted it to be a lesson to me. So this is the NYX Sweet Cheeks Soft Cheek Tint in Almost Famous. This is orange as hell. And this time I'm gonna apply it with the Beauty Blender. I wanna see how that works. I don't really like the application. I mean, if I'm gonna slap it on, mamas. Damn. I gotta go in so many times. Ooh, it's orange as hell though. I don't think liquid blush is for me. I don't think it's for me. I think it's for the natural skin girlies who like to do natural makeup and all of that other stuff, because it's barely noticeable. It's just another step. It don't do nothing. It don't do nothing. It's better than a Rare Beauty for me though. I think I'm gonna try one more time with that Danessa Myricks one, because I've heard good things about that one. And she's a black woman, so definitely gonna try it out. I mean, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? I mean, it's not bad, but it's nothing to cry home about. I'm liking it a little bit. I seen him on Snapchat last year, and I thought that I had unfollowed him, and I didn't. And the man lost weight. He lost like 50, 60 pounds. He looked really, really, really good. But I was so embarrassed by our last encounter that of course I wasn't gonna say anything to him about it, like nothing. But I will say that was the first time I watched his story since that event. And another thing about me is that I don't go and see who's viewed my story, because I don't need to be fixated on that. That's the last thing I need to be fixated on. So if you watch my story, I wouldn't know. I would not know. You know how they have those tweets was like when you post a story but the person you want to watch it doesn't view it? I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, because I don't need to obsess over that. Me myself, I know my obsessive qualities, and that's something that I simply don't need to obsess about. He does though, and he saw it and he hit me up talking about, "Hey, bed breaker. Ha 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 ha. Is it you or is it your father that's a bastard? Eh? Me. If you don't get your cheap 2 for $50 bed frame out my motherfucking face," and I joked and I was like, "Oh, did you lose weight so you won't have to break another bed frame?" You know, and it's crazy because why was the interaction last year better than the interaction in person? Like, we were just taking jokes left and right off the head, and it was clean. It was cohesive. Like, we were just vibing off each other. But I didn't want him anymore because, again, like every time I saw his name pop up, I was like, goodness gracious. Like, all I hear is the bed saying timber. Like, it was traumatic for me. Especially, like I said, when I was going in that mindset, I was heartbroken a little bit getting out of a situation. So my heart is broken, this bed is broken, and then I can't even be satisfied. No temporary gratification anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I didn't want to get with him at all, but I was just appreciative of how he looked. And so he was like, "Should we try it again?" And I was like, "No." I told you this story was very anticlimactic, but it's kind of like I wanted to share a lesson learned. And the lesson being, if you want to get over a man, make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you step into that scene with your head clear. That's number one. Number two, if you're establishing something with someone that's temporary, like it's a simple physical thing, I think there should be more talking. I am somebody who I either text or link up. FaceTime and phone calls, I'm getting better at them, but it's just not my steezo. It's not my forte. And I think that was one of the things that messed up the vibe between us, because the vibe was off and I should have left, but again, ignorant. And something that I also learned that people were saying in the comments during my times in YouTube was that you attract what you give off, and you attract what you settle for. And I was so comfortable going into an apartment with no furniture that I've seen many times before. A guy will prioritize a $800 game console before a table set to eat his food on. And I was tired of settling for that. Or it's not even necessarily settling for that, but being okay with that. Like, I'm at a certain age where if nothing else, you should have the bare minimum. And in Texas, you know, I'm not in East Coast where public transportation works well. I'm down south. So down south, you're gonna need a whip at our age. You're gonna need a whip, and you're gonna need to stay somewhere stable. You know, things happen to where you have to move in or have a roommate, stuff like that. I get that. But it has to be temporary, and I have to see you working towards what you're doing. So all that to say is I learned a lot from my stupidity. And I think that's kind of why I'm a virgin again, because my standards have changed. And because my standards have changed, I don't accept many requests in that way anymore. Like, even if we're only gonna be for each other sexually, I still need you to have the bare minimum. I still need to be able to pull up to your spot and it be furnished. It needs to be furnished. Or you need to be able to pull up to my spot because you have a car. You know what I'm saying? And I shouldn't have to say this, but believe you me, it's a thing out here. And being a plus size woman with standards now, the dating pool is mad limited. It's already limited because we big, or because I'm big, excuse me. And then it's even more limited because the men that like big women, forgive me, most of them, I want to say 90% of men, are facially challenged. They're not the best looking. Or the other ones, or if they are good looking, they have a little fetish. Like in their bio, they'll be like BBWs only, or I want to get sat on by a big fight. And that stuff is scary. When men say that stuff, it is so scary. Like, I swipe left every time because I already know what type of time you on. Like, I was watching, not on YouTube, I want to follow or subscribe to more plus size influencers, and I was watching Chrissy B, and she was talking about the same thing, about how, you know, when you're dating, you don't want a man that says stuff like that, because he's already on some type of time that is close to fetishizing. And I couldn't agree more. Like, I do not want no man talking about, let me get up under your rolls and let me get up under that stomach. Like, have you lost your damn motherfucking mind? If you don't get the hell away from me, boy. And that's just the harsh reality of it. Like, we in this era, and especially because we in one state, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can change your location as many times as you want to. I think my man is in Memphis. The Carolinas, or in London, like, for sure. Or Ghana. The pool is mad limited, and the ones that like you are they fetishizing about your size, or they say weird things, and it's just weird. And then the ones I want simply don't want me, you know? And I was introduced to something in 2016 to where, like, a man wasn't ashamed to go out with me. You know, he wasn't ashamed to take me out and take me to dinner and take me out on dates and just, you know, be my friend first before anything else. Like, he introduced me to so much. And so now, outside of that situation, he was a terrible human being, by the way. He was an awful, awful man. He was living a dual life, and I don't know how I missed it. I know, like, when we like somebody and somebody introduces us to a vibe, we tend to unintentionally bypass a lot of red flags. But now that I can see clearly now, I can see that Oh, this man was a frightening man. He was moving mad. He was moving insane. So I just had to come to the realization after everything was said and done, like, Ruka, you dodged the bullet for realsies. So, but because of him, I will say there's both pros and cons to that relationship. But because of him, I was introduced to a lot of things that I'm not settling for anymore. You know, I want to go out, and I don't want you to be ashamed of me. I don't want to be loved in the dark. That's just it. If you fuck with me for real, all right, then, boy, take me out. You know what I'm saying? Take me out. Show me. Get me lit. You know, I'm a slut. Get me lit. Like, that's all you got to do. And watch what I do. Watch what I do. And I think that's the biggest thing when it comes to the lessons I learned. Men don't know how to preheat the oven. They have no idea what a woman is capable of if the oven is on 350. If the oven is on 350, like, once the woman is heated, no Beyonce, best believe she about to do some things to you that you ain't never seen before. Ooh, she is about to bang, bang. Huh? But because y'all only thinking about yourselves, when I say y'all, I'm talking about men, y'all only thinking about yourself, y'all are missing the plot. Y'all are missing the plot tremendously. And so, all in all, that's what I learned. And that's what I continue to learn. As somebody older and more intuitive and have a lot of lessons under my belt, I see my faults too. You know, this is a space where we're self-aware. So it's not only the man to blame. It's definitely me, what I've allowed, what I've overlooked purposely, what I've overlooked unintentionally. There are things there that cause me to miss out on a lot of chances or miss out on a lot of situations. One of them being the fact that I am hypersexual. I don't know how to flirt in a neutral way. I don't know how to, like, it will always uprise because I am a get to the point kind of girl. Like, it's crazy because low key I'm both. Like, I love banter. I love flirting and dancing around the ring of fire. I love sexual innuendos. I love eye contact. I love all of that. But like when things are moving too slow, I'm cayenne pepper, baby. I need to spice it up. I need to do things. I need to say something. I don't know if it's for shock value or just to reignite the flame, but I do. And I think because of that, men are like, okay, well, I don't need to do anything else. You're already on the type of time that I'm on. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm not. But I can talk about it without being on your type of time. I can just talk about it platonically, whether it's with friends or with sexual interests, people that I'm sexually interested in. I can talk about sex like it's nobody's business. And that's my issue. And I think that's where things start to become gray instead of black and white. So that's something I need to fix for sure, but it's not being fixed as of right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm still very much hypersexual. And you know, hypersexuality stems from a multitude of things. It stems from me being a big girl, you know, and those fetishizing things that I was talking about previously. I've been fetishized so much, you feel me? And then also just my background, my history, growing up. Like, those are the things we did. You know, those minutes that started after 9, those AOL chats, like, I was exposed to a lot. And because of that, you know, I've grown with those things, you know? And I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, you know, it does stem from some trauma, but I like it. I would be a liar to say that I don't. I do. I like sexuality. I like being open about my sexuality, you know, because men and women alike don't know how to please their partners. And if you are fucking with somebody that you respect or you trust and they're telling you about these things, you're bound to listen more. that's what I aim to do. But yeah, I know that story time was short and sweet. I just really wanted to come over here and tell you about the signs that showed me that this was not for me. I also will say, now that I'm back on YouTube and I've kind of like watched some content creators who are plus sized, I remember one of my fears being, oh, I'll be too boring, or the game is already oversaturated. They don't need another plus size content creator, or I was just making excuses back to back to back to back. And those were some of the excuses. When I was watching YouTube today, I was like, something is missing. And I'm the person that's missing. I am a niche. Like, not a lot of people are gonna relate to me. I'm a specific type of gal. Like, there are things that people are just not gonna get with me, and I understand that. Like I told you, like, I mean, Wale said it best. You know you real, you don't have to say it. You know you real, they gonna feel it. I don't know why I was making so many excuses before. And another thing that I saw underneath my comments is a lot of people saying the same thing. Oh, I was making excuses for this, but I wanna do this and I wanna do this. The only thing that's stopping us is us, I promise you. I promise you. Yes, people are horrible people. Once they get behind the camera, once they get behind the screen, and even worse if they can be anonymous. Once they do that, they're gonna start letting that chopper sing. They're gonna start saying anything about you, anything and everything about you. But I promise, in that same accord, all the positive people who look like you, who wanna be you, who are similar to you, are gonna be like, wow, like, I've been wanting to do this, and seeing somebody like me doing it, it just motivated me to do it. I promise you, it don't matter what age you are, what size you are. I can't stress this enough. I cannot stress this enough. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. I've seen people blow up quicker than a bitch with gout. I promise you, like, just do it. Even if you don't follow through, even if it was a one and done, just pride yourself on the fact that you started. I promise you, you're gonna fuck with yourself even more. You're gonna fuck with yourself heavy, because you're just like, wow, I really tried. I really did that. Like, the thing about it is, some of y'all was like, and I was the same way. I was waiting for a camera. I wanted to save for a camera. I wanted to blah, 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 and I wanted to blah, 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 blah. No. Just use what you have until you can get what you want. Okay? Just use what you have until you can get what you want. Please. It don't matter if you're trying to be a content creator. It don't matter if you're trying to be a business owner, a chef. It does not matter. Get in the kitchen then. Have a taste test and do whatever you need to get to where you need to be. Because in this country, I'm going to tell you now, as a person that works a 9 to 5, that can be the end all be all. You know, I'm a recruiter, so I'm seeing people who are 62, 65 sometimes applying for jobs, and I get so sad because it's like, you're still this age and you're having to work. I don't want to do that. And so if you can find a way to combine things that you love with income, oh, that's it. That's money right there. This already too long, so let me finish the rest of my makeup and then come back. I hope y'all enjoyed that video. I hope it wasn't everywhere, but I definitely had some points I needed to get across, and I hope you feel me for real. I hope you feel me, and I hope you left with some gems, some lessons, no pun intended. Again, I want to thank every new subscriber that has subscribed to me, whether you saw it on an Instagram, shared, post, anything like that. And I especially want to thank all the new gems that came from Miss Jemima's channel and came to rock with me over here. I really do appreciate y'all, and I hope y'all stay a while. I hope y'all liked this video. If y'all did, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that bell so you can be notified whenever I post a new video. I sound like one of them content creators for real. I like it. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have... Oh, this is not going to go out until... Well, I know I'm finna have me a lit night, so have a good night.